Hello guys, welcome back to the Code Military, and in this particular video I will tell you how you can make this very beautiful 3D graphics in your for your web browser, for your websites. Okay guys, and I will tell you the very easy step to step process how you can make such a beautiful uh, you know this 3D structure using Three.js. So without wasting any time, let's move to our tutorial. So before moving to tutorial, I would like to request all of you to, if you haven't subscribed my the channel, the Code Relator yet, please hit the subscribe button. Please go and hit the subscribe button because this will motivate me to create videos like this, which can help you to boost your resume with the projects, with a unique kind of projects. So please support me by subscribing, sharing these videos. And I have also uploaded a playlist of Angular blog project in which I have completed the whole blog project from scratch. You can go and learn. Okay guys, and there are several interview experiences like Nagarro, TCS and Wipro. And okay guys, so all these you can access from my channel. So coming back to the tutorial, that is of the rotating sphere, how to make such one in Three.js. Guys, Three.js is very easy. You don't need to have prerequisite knowledge of anything. You just need the basic concepts of JavaScript, how the function work, how the variable is declared. You just need to know that of JavaScript and little bit of HTML. Okay guys, so it's damn so easy. So moving ahead. Okay guys, so first of all, let's just close this. Okay, let's close this. Let's close all of the instances that is uh, running on the VS Code. Okay guys, so first thing that I would like to tell you, that is about Three.js. Three.js is a very cool library which is a WebGL library. Actually, you can read it here. Three.js is a cross-browser JavaScript library, an application programming interface used to create and display 3D computer graphics on web browser using WebGL. Okay, so base of the 3GS is a WebGL. WebGL stands for Web Graphics Library. Okay, guys, so Three.js is a very cool library based on JavaScript. Okay, guys, and in most today you see many sites having cool graphics. All that because of the Three.js, because it is so light, and you don't need to have any kind of software like Unity, Blender, and Adobe, and many other things. You do not need any kind of software because it has a just a minimized version of file or JavaScript library that you just need. You can also create Three.js project using the CDN link also, even you don't need to download the library. Okay, so moving forward with let us understand what the requirements of the Three.js, how you can make a model in like this, like the rotating sphere or anything. And also you can browse to several websites here which uses Three.js. Let me just go to one, like we go to track. Just wait for a moment, it's loading. Okay guys, because these sites might take some few minutes to load. Okay, not few minutes, just half a minute. Okay, like this is the website track. Okay, now you can see how cool is this website, how cool it is, right? So how it is made, it is made using it is made using, just you can see, right? So how cool is this website using Three.js? So let's learn the basics of Three.js, how you can make. So for that purpose, I'm just opening my notepad. Okay guys, so for that, uh, so the first thing we need to do, that we have to install the library. Okay, not install, but we have to download the library. It just minimize JS file. For downloading all the required libraries, I would like to tell you about the link to my repository. Just go to my repository, the code.military. Okay guys, and from there you can download all the libraries. I have all uploaded all the libraries, and I will provide the link in the description section. Please check it out. Okay, so here you can see this is the library. Okay guys, you need to download. Just you go to code and download it, right? Let me close this. Okay, Just wait for a moment, guys. It's downloading. Okay, so just let me place it in the drive and three project jobs. I have already downloaded it. So let me just show you for your convenience. Let's save. Okay. Okay, because this is nothing other than just minimized version of these all these library like Three.js. You can see Three.js. It is a minimized file. Okay, and stat berlin.js, all these libraries. Actually, we don't need all these libraries for this particular project, but I want you to download all these libraries because in the further videos I would create other complex 3D models, and I will obviously use the libraries from these. Okay, guys, so it's better to you download all the libraries. Is not so big in size. All the libraries combined is of 1 to 2 MBs. So no worries, guys. Let us come back to our T drive, and you can see there is a 3Gs project master. Okay, let's unzip it first, right? Extract all, extract. Okay, they extracted, and you can see there is a lib folder, right? And we just need to copy it, the whole folder, right? And let us create our project directory. So our project directory would be our project directory name would be, let's say, 3D. Okay, 3D objects, right? 3D objects, not 3D 3D. Let's say it to be 3D projects, right? In 3D projects, we just paste our library. Cool, right? And so let me tell you first thing, that you can use any editor. You can is any editor like which supports JavaScript. You can use any editor for making this 3D model. Okay, for using Three.js. But for my purpose, I'm using just VS Code. You can use other tool like Sublime Text or any other. Okay, guys, like Atom or any other editor which supports JavaScript, right? So I'm using a VS Code. Okay, so I need to open the VS Code in this particular folder where can I can make project. So just press on the address bar and just erase all the content. Just write cmd and code dot. This is a shortcut for opening VS Code in any folder. Okay, so we have just opened VS Code in the particular folder. Okay, so moving ahead, first I would like to tell you the basics that you required for creating any 3D model in Three.js. So for that, close this. Okay, for that you need three things, right? So three components required to deliver, required to create. Let me say create 3D model or object in Three.js, right? So first is that you must have a scene, right? So whatever you see, that is a scene, right? So you have to be seen like if the shooting goes for a film, should be a scene. Second thing that is required, that you should have a camera, because until and unless there is a camera you cannot see anything, right? Whatever the camera captures in a movie shooting, that only you can see, right? And third thing required is renderer. What is a renderer? What is a renderer means the mechanism of putting the scene and camera into action and presenting the 2D view of the 3D model. Okay, this laptop screen is 2D, right? So it will present in a 2D form only, but the object will appear as a 3D because it is a 3D object. It has a three dimension, right? So renderer will combine all the scene right? Scene and the camera together, and it will provide us the 2D view, 2D view of the 3D model, right? This second point I would like to mention that all these three are required, and I would also mention that what are the things required to present a 3D structure. But coming on that later, let us first create our first file. So in the to directory, I will create a index.html, because any web browser file needs a HTML file, right? Index.html, and then I will write main.js. It is our main scripting file in which we do all of the code, right? So in index.js, let us create a HTML uh, template. Okay, how I did this, did that. Okay, just let me tell you. Okay, so you need to let me tell you, first you install an extension, that is live server. Okay, live server, because all the code changes that you are doing in the VS Code will be reflected on the server automatically. You don't need to refresh the page again and again. So you just need to download the live server. I have already downloaded it. You can download it by retweet tag, and I have already downloaded it. So it is showing that this extension is enabled globally. Okay, and the second extension that you need to download is Prettier. Right, guys. Prettier helps you to auto format the code, and it's looked very nice when your code automatically get formatted on saving the code, right? And okay, guys, so these two main, and one more, that is HTML snippets, right? HTML CSS supports, and this XML, from XML you need to install that extension. It is for your better purpose, because whenever you write HTML code, it auto suggests. Okay, so let me just write HTML, like let's say HTML5. You can see there is a emit abbreviation, like this is the benefit of installing like extension like HTML snippets. Okay, HTML. Okay, these are all the documents coming here. Let's us change the title. So title will be our uh, 3D 3D sphere, right? Okay, yes. 3D sphere. Okay, in the body section, what we need to do, we need to include a div in which all the things will be rendered. So src will be, let's say, yeah, not src, but an id will be given. So id, let's say webgl. Okay, and then we need to include certain script file, right, for our library purpose. So we just need to write script, right, and we give src as dot slash, you can see live. So first let give us a library folder for 3.js. You need to type 3.js, right, and then sorry, so src about, right, dot slash lib, and then we need orbital.js for the orbital control.js for this particular project, and then we need a script for, yeah, our main.js, which is the main scripting file, right? So just main.js. Okay, it's done. And one more thing that we need to do is the to modify our body, because the whole body, right? So we just need to style tag, right, type css text, right, and this in style, let's go to html comma body, right, and we have to set the margin 0. You later on understand why I'm doing this. Just go on for follow me for a moment. And margin, after that, padding, I don't want to give any padding, let's say it to be 0, right, and overflow hidden. It's just for the styling purpose of the body section. Okay, so all these things are done, and we are left with nothing with index.html. Let's go to main.js. Okay, just I told you how to create a scene, like we need three things for creating any model, like scene, camera, and render. Okay, for the first step for starting in 3.js, they need to understand scene, camera, and render. Okay, so let us just create scene. Okay, where scene is equal to new 3. new 3 dot scene. 3 is a module and scene is a class of it, right? It will create, it is a constructor basically of scene class, right? We created a scene, and let me just comment our scene. Okay, no worries. Scene, and then we create a camera. Basically there are two type of camera in 3.js, so I'm using the perspective camera, right? So we need to type like 3 dot pers perspective camera, right? And it has certain parameters like, so first parameter is field of view. If you have played games like PUBG and all, so you must have known about what is the field of view, like what is the field of view of a camera. The maximum, more the field of view, the more scene you, the more area you can cover using the camera, right? So field of view, I'm setting it to 45, right? You can learn about more about field of view from the 3.js docs, and then we have to set the aspect ratio though. So I am setting the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is basically the width and height of the screen that is visible to you, right? On that the camera applies. Okay, so camera will be the aspect ratio will be in width by window, whatever the size of the window, right? uh, Whether you are opening in a mobile device or any other device, so it will just take the window inner width upon window inner height, right? It is the aspect ratio. And then we need to set the far plane, right? How far from the how, sorry, near clipping plane. Okay, so it is the distance, like it will be 1, right? Minimum. And far clipping plane 1000. It is basically the distance of from this object and of the camera, right? Maximum distance, right? So all these required parameter, and then we simply as I told you, we simply need render. What is render? Not like this. We need to create an instance of the renderer. Okay, let's say it's renderer, and new 3 dot WebGL renderer, right? And what we need to do, that we need to renderer dot render. Okay, we just need to enter the scene and the camera. But before that, I need to do linking with the index.html, that is that we created a div there, and I will just need like document dot get element by id, sorry, get element by id. And what is the id of that div? Web.gl, because we need to show that whatever the creating, we need to show that in a web browser. Okay, so we need to show that in a div, right? And it will just okay, WebGL dot append child, right? And what we need to renderer dot dom element, right? Okay, okay, done. So you can see. Okay, let us just go back to okay. So I've told you to install the live server. Okay, the moment you install live server, there is will be go live button here in the down button. Okay, just click on it, and you can see the, okay, so this is a black screen. This is not coming full because I have not set the render size. The area that it will render will be a simple div that we just created in the index.html. You can see this is the div. Okay guys, no worries, we'll increase the size of the renderer. Okay, just okay, so come back to main.js, and we'll just increase the size of the renderer. So renderer dot set size. Okay, I'll just copy paste this because this is required. Okay, not in ratio form, but as a dimension form. So we'll just remove this ratio sign and we'll put comma, right? Okay, so you can see there is a automatically semicolon. This is coming because of the prettier. Prettier is a very good, extension for that. Okay, no worries. So we are coming. Okay, the whole screen is black. Okay, just refresh it. Okay, there are certain spacing here. Okay, no worries. No problem. Okay, set size, right? Then what did we just margin padding overflow and hitting, right? No worries. Let me just erase this just for a moment, and let us see our. Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, guys, just for a moment. Wait. Okay, guys, so okay, let's just move to our next thing. Okay, so we have done this. Okay, let me just encapsulate this inside a function, and let me call that function because that is a programmer way of writing code. Okay, so function, let's call it init. Okay, and then just create it inside the function, and then okay, right, just we need to add okay, so let me go to how you can make model. So what is the requirement, like just had certain requirements of the components for making any 3D model in Three.js. Just for making 3D model 3D model, we need, okay, we need what we need. If you make any building, what you need, guys, first you need what is the material to be used, and second is the what the shape to be used, right? In case of 3.js, we use the term geometry for shape. Okay, guys. So, whatever building you are going to make, what is the material you are going to use? Like you are using any cement or concrete. What's the mod object is made up of. Okay, and second thing that is you need is the shape. What is the shape of the object? Whether it is a sphere, cone, cuboid, or a cylindrical shape, right? So that's called geometry. Okay, so we first need to make a shape, and for making a shape of a sphere, because we are making a sphere in this particular project, so we need to make a sphere, right? For making a sphere, we have to set okay, sphere geometry, right? Sphere geometry. For sphere geometry, we need to make a where sphere geo, okay, is equal to a new 3 dot uh, sphere geometry geometry, okay, not terry, it's tree geometry. Okay, and we need to pass the dimension. Like what is the dimension, guys? The dimension would be the radius. Let us pass radius as 10 at 10 units, and height 10 bit. You must be wondering why height and width, but it's required height and width. It's basically the pixels. Okay, what is the pixels of the sphere, so the main important thing is 10, that is the radius. Okay, so the moment you passed, let's put a semicolon here. Okay, see, right, we created the sphere geometry, and second thing we create that is sphere material. Okay, for material, there are many kinds of material in 3.js, like mesh material, mesh basic material, and points material. And for this particular project, we will be using points material. Okay, so sphere math is equal to new 3 dot points material. Okay, guys, and points material, let's give it the required parameters for it. Let's say a color, but there are many parameters. So let me just take it in a object form. Color, and let's say color is RGB, and let's say 255 comma 255 comma 255, right? Okay, and let's say size of each point, because this is points material, means the whole object will be made of small small points that we just saw in the preview of the sphere, right? Let's say 25. Save. Okay, so the sphere and material is geometry, but we also need a third system. Okay, that would combine both, right? System that would combine both math and geo. I'm using this short abbreviation for material and geometry, and it will combine both to form a system, right? So to form a system, we would use combine geo and material. We will use where, yeah, particle system is equal to particle system new 3 dot points, will, because we are using points material, so we are using point system, right? uh New 3 points, and we'll simply use sphere, you know, sphere geo. First we need to pass the geometry, and then we need to pass the material, right? Okay guys, and we need to add up that into the scene, adding sphere to the scene, because we need to tell this scene to add this. Okay, so for adding this we just need a particle system, and we'll also provide a name to the particle system because we'll use it later on. Particle system dot name, name is equal to, let's say, particle system. Okay guys, okay, so scene dotted particle system. Okay, let us just go back to our browser, whether we are able to see anything or not. What is the problem? Let's identify it in the console. There is nothing in console, right? So okay, because there is nothing visible because we are not calling the function init yet. Okay, let me just call it init. Okay, and then, okay, you can see these are all the points coming in. Let me just fix it. Okay, why you are seeing this? Because our camera is at the let me tell you a cool website where you can understand. Okay, let space 3.js, and you can say editor. Let's just open it. 3.js editor. Now I will explain you why this is appearing like this, because we are not seeing any sphere. Why does it appear like this? Okay, in 3.js editor you can see okay, this is a plane and this is a 3.js. This is what exactly 3.js initial, you know, objects look like. Let us choose a, you know, add a sphere. Let me check where is the sphere. Yeah, okay, so you can see the sphere is at a coordinate at 0 0 0, right? And camera, let's add a camera. Okay, so whenever you add any object, it will add up to this center, and camera will also be at center. So how you can see an object at a center standing as center, and you can see you are seeing at the center only. Okay, so you just are seeing the boundary of the sphere. Let me just move the camera position. Okay, so you the thing is visible to you. Okay, no, not so, so camera, let me place the camera a little bit ahead. So you just need to change the position of the camera. For that you need to type position dot x coordinate, and let it be 0, right? Okay. Camera dot position dot y and let it be 20. Okay. And camera dot position dot z is equal to 30. Okay, and one more thing that we need to do, that camera is placed and where should the camera look? Okay, camera should look at a particular direction, right? It can look anywhere in the coordinate geometry scheme. Okay, in any dimension, but we have to provide it a vector. Vector is a directional unit of distance, right? So we need to provide a camera to look at a particular vector, means at a particular direction, right? And we just provide it look at center because our sphere is at the center, right? Okay, say, let me just go back and just refresh it. I think there might be a typo. Let's check in console. Everything is rendered nicely, like, yet we are not able to see the sphere because all things are looking nice. Let me just check it out once. Okay, okay, I just missed the vector. Okay, I just need to create a object of vector net 3 dot vector. Our camera is lost because of that. Okay, s- sorry guys, I forgot to mention that we use a vector, right? I explained you. So there is a vector in 3D. You know, now you can see this here. Okay, it's looking good. And just one thing that we need to do, we can also zoom it out. Okay, and we can also not rotate it out. We are not able to rotate upon the cursor. We cannot drag it with a mouse because we have not set the orbital control. That's why we need orbital control, right? And that's why I told you we need orbital control for this project. Let me just create a instance of orbital control. So before this, okay, let me just combine geometry, combine this. Okay, let me just adding orbit controls. Okay, where it just controls is going to new 3 dot orbit controls. Okay guys, and okay, let wait for a moment. Okay guys, so in orbit control we need to pass the camera and the renderer. So just I'm placing it below the renderer, right? And let me save. Okay, we need to pass the parameter. So orbit controls, in orbit controls just pass the camera, right, and the renderer dot dom element, right? Just save it and let me just see it. Okay, now, okay, what is the problem here? Okay, if we pass the controls here, save. Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, so what we need to do, that we have to update the control, right? Just we use the control and we have to use the controls dot update. Save it and just check back. Okay, now you can see this is good. Okay, what's the issue? Just comment it out for a moment. Okay, we need to update it regularly. Since we need to update it regularly, okay, let us just create a update function here. Okay, update. Okay, and in update, we will take four parameters, that is camera, scene, and camera, scene, and what else it needs, that renderer, not render. Okay, and the controls, obviously. And in this function, I will first, okay, I'll first update the controls, console dot update, right? And then I will use dot update. Then I will create a particle system, scene dot get element by, not get object, get object by name. And now what is the name of that particle system? That we just created a name for that particle system is not there, right? Okay, particle system. And then we need to, okay, so in that we need to render, let it just render dot render scene comma camera, guys, scene dot camera, right? Okay, and since we need to call the update function and again, and let just this render function, let it erased, and let us call the update because we are rendering inside the update. So we need just update, right? And we need to pass the first camera, then scene, then render, then controls, right? What is it that, okay, control to, okay, and just control dot update erase, right? Save. Okay, and now our screen is looking quite like this. Worries. And after that render dot, we have to set render set clear, because render, where is the render? Just, okay, render dot set color, clear color, clear color to RGB, RGB 20. It's for the black, right? No worries. And orbit controls. Okay, guys. So okay, no worries. Then camera render. Okay. So, but our this sphere is not yet moving. Why it is not yet moving, guys? Because we are not rotating it. Okay, so just let me rotate it. Okay, so just add a rotation to particle system. Okay, particle system dot rotate, rotation. Okay, rotation on which axis? On y axis, right? On y axis, and we'll add rotation to 0.005, right? And after the render, we'll just make a recursive call to the update. Okay, request animation frame function, and then in the callback function we'll just call recursive call update, because the rotation needs to be continuous. So I'll just render and scene camera and controls, all the parameter that we pass it here only, right? So just save it. Okay, and we have called init. Let's just go back and refresh. Still it's not, you know, rotating. Let me just fix it. Okay, let us check what is the problem. Let me go to console, right? For console, just, okay, so problem is the render is not function. Let me check it out. What's the problem here? And in which line? Actually, the line in number is 51, right? So let us go back to 51. Okay, render dot render. Okay, because render dot render, and where you have created render object webgl render, it is all right. We are passing the render here. Okay, and render dot render is not an. Let me just save it once again and on. Okay, let me just refresh it. Okay, at main dot is 54 also. 54. This is okay. Why this error? Because we are passing it wrongly. Okay, let me just cut it from here. Camera then scene, right? This is a mistake. Sorry guys. And render. Okay, now it will be working fine. So our spear is running, no worries. And let's just refresh it. Now this is done, and you can see we can zoom it. We can also rotate it because of we have used orbital controls. Okay, now you can zoom it, zoom out and zoom it, and go inside, right? You can play with that, and you can also rotate with your cursor. Okay guys, so it's looking cool now, and you can also play by changing its color. Like I've used material color as white. You can choose as a blue. Let me, for that you can play 0. You can also use hex codes for the color. Let's go back to the browser. You can see this is, oh wow, this is looking pretty cool now. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video till end. I hope you liked it, and please subscribe my channel to support me. Thank you all for giving your time. Thank you.